Hey you guys, it's me, Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I'm going to show you guys how I worm the dogs now. That's not something that I have shown you guys yet, so I'm going to do that for you now. So, what we have here is dog food and actually some bacon grease. And there's that. And then this is my favorite wormer. It's called Safeguard. And this is the large version for livestock because it's cheaper. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 milliliter per 5 pounds. Let's see if I can get that in view. Come on. See, there we go. Okay, so yeah, 1 milliliter per 5 pounds. Okay, so this right here, this is going to be what, 30 pounds, right? See, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. There you go. Those of you that are awesome at math, you already knew that. Okay, so we're going to do about 25. We're going to put this in this one because this one is for Atari. So now keep in mind that I actually go 5 mil over for my dogs if I think that they have like a tough infestation, or for something like roundworm. I do that on my own. It's a risk that I'm taking, so just keep that in mind that that's me personally. I'm not suggesting that you do that, but it's something that an old breeder friend of mine taught me, a mentor, and I just do that because that's what I do. It's a very safe product, but you would have to do that at your own risk, so I don't advise it. So here we have the mix. It's thoroughly saturated in the bacon grease, so it should taste good and make them want to eat it, and it should be easy to administer. So she's down here. Sorry. All right, so she's eating hers. So next I'm gonna do Giovanni. I know that he weighs 60 pounds, a little over, so we're going to do 30, 60, 5. And we're going to mix it. Hopefully it's showing it. Let me get down. Let me show you. It's the powder is not powder. The Safeguard is very thick, so you really have to mix it in with the dog food. You can administer this just directly into the mouth, and I often do with puppies, but for bigger dogs, it does take bigger dosages, and it kind of gets to be annoying having to like make them eat all that, and I find that this is just easier to do. So as you can see here, it's nicely mixed. We're going to give this to Giovanni. This is the bowl from Atari. You can see that she actually got all of it, even started to lick the bowl, so we know that she's got all the medication. All right, next we're going to do Batista. He's over 100 pounds. So Okay. Same thing. Gonna give it a good mix. You really want to make sure that you mix it thoroughly because you'll see here that the wormer is actually down at the bottom. So you really want to get in there good. Especially on a high dosage like this that we're doing for Batista. I like to get it thoroughly saturated or mixed in with the bacon grease. That way, the odds that it will get left by the dog are slim. I want it to taste just like the bacon grease so that they eat it all up. Dropped a bit. Need that. So now you can see the difference on the base. You can see how it's not liquidy, it's actually greasy, just like the bacon grease. So we know that the dog is gonna want to eat that. Okay. All right. So next we're going to do Admiral. Now, because I've been kind of sitting with it a bit, you are supposed to shake it up. So I'm going to give it a bit of a shake real quick, just to make sure that we're still good and mixed up. So Batista's around 90 pounds right now. He's a monster. Okay. It's actually not all we're doing, so let me take that off. All right, so we're going to start mixing up this one as well. Same thing, you see how it's all super liquidy at the bottom and liquidy at the bottom. I'm just going to get it mixed up. As you can see now, the bottom is no longer liquidy. We've got a nice, good, thick consistency here. And now it's ready for the dog. All right. There you go. Okay. I'm going to put some more dog food in for... A really important thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is not to feed enough dog food that the dog actually kind of loses their appetite and doesn't want to eat it all. Because especially if you have a dog that doesn't like to eat in the morning, that's a really big thing. So, anyway, so just, keep that in mind. I need to get a clean spoon because really clean spoon. So yeah, so I need a clean spoon because we do actually use this for cooking from time to time. Not always, but we do. Okay. And then this one here is going to be for Gina. So she's a little over 60 pounds. Okay. So I will say I'm not worming all of my dogs. I'm only worming the ones that were, Cashmere, go lay down. So I'm only worming the ones that are not pregnant and that I believe were in conditions that would lead to having gotten exposed to worms. So, because I had multiple females that were in heat that were just put away, there was no way for them to be exposed. I think that I didn't properly worm Atari whenever we first came in. We had missed a couple days, and so anyway, I think that it may have kind of went from there. So out of it, Atari. So Atari went and tried to eat the other dog's food, and it is very important that you not let them eat each other's food when you're medicating them, because Cashmere, no, because it's obvious that that they can't actually have more medication than what they're allowed. If you do have a dog that doesn't finish their medication, the proper thing to do is what I do is I add a little bit of water to it, because a lot of times they can be a little thirsty, and so I'll actually add a little bit of water to it, mix it around a bit, and then give it back and see if they'll finish it that way. If they don't, then I'll actually stick them in the kennel with it and hope that actually does it. Right now he is licking it up with the water in it, so hopefully that means that he's going to finish it off. So see here, and I can show you. You can see there that he's finishing it off there. Let's see what he did with it. Let's see if he Cashmere, go away. So he didn't actually finish it. That's unfortunate. So let's see here. Sometimes you can actually get them to do it out of like jealousy, like they don't want another dog eating it. So you can put it where the other dogs are, and maybe hope that has the desired result. Like for example, he doesn't want that dog eating his food, so he's not going to let him have it. But sometimes when they're really just not feeling it, then they won't at all. It doesn't matter. So we'll see what he does. But if you just kind of keep trying to give it back to him, it's just super important that they eat it all. So it really doesn't matter how you do it, so long as they get it down. So even if you have to say, like, you know, maybe mix in some beef with it or something like that. Quit, Admiral. And you really just got to make sure that they get it down. Batista, or Admiral, if you don't quit it right now. Admiral has the worst habit of picking up dog bowls and walking with them and slamming them down when he's not full enough, which is annoying to say the least. Quit, Atari. So it does look like he is, you know, making pretty good use of it. That's another reason why I like to give him a little bit more. That way, if for whatever reason they maybe miss a couple pieces or whatever it is, the odds are they got what they needed, and it does have a pretty safe buffer zone as far as like the tolerance. But anyway, but it does look like he's going ahead and he's going to finish it off. So don't forget the little water trick. Like I said, sometimes they get a little thirsty and then they don't want to finish it. So you give them what they want, and then as they're eating it, they just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I guess so, you know. And then also the competitiveness as well works. As you can see, he has officially finished it. All right, good deal. So last but not least, we have this one right here. This is the one that's going to go to Gina in her kennel. She's kenneled right now. Yeah, so that's it for us. That's all. That's everybody that I'm going to worm right now. I'm not worming Blondie. I'm not worming Cashmere because both of them should be pregnant. And I'm not going to worm the dogs that were put up. So Belladonna was put away. And this all has to do with whenever I was gone. As I mentioned, there were some issues. And so there was some behavior that stemmed from those issues. And unfortunately, could lead to passing of parasites around. So anyway, getting it handled. As you can see, Atari looks like just, you know, worlds better. She's still thin, but they're all looking a whole lot better. So I'm sure the bacon grease helps. So anyway, yeah. So also, I've had a lot of calls and whatnot on these litters. I've got 3 people, I think, that are supposed to be putting deposits down. So if you were interested in getting in on the Blondie and Velocity litter, I don't think there are any spots left on the Velocity litter, to be honest with you. I think if that person follows through, then that litter will actually be sold out. And then the other 2, pardon me, I think I have 2 more spots, maybe 3 on the Blondie litter. And it looks like 2 of those may be going pretty quickly. So just keep that in your mind. So as I told you guys, I'm not going to breed any of my females past 4 years of age. And we looked at the calendar. So Cashmere is going to be 4 years of age, September of 2021. So I have had a bunch of people begging me to do one last litter of Preacher and Cashmere because I'm not breeding those 2 together twice this next year. I'm actually only doing them one more time after this one next year. So I've had a lot of people that they thought that they would be able to get in on it. They thought that they had time, and they didn't realize that I retire my females younger than a lot of other breeders do. And so anyway, so if you are interested, I am going to do one last, we'll call it an encore litter between those 2. It'll be her last litter. It'll be her 4th. She'll be bred right before her 4th birthday, so I'm not breaking any of my own rules. And if you are interested in that litter, you can let me know. Like I said, it is a special litter. It's not something I was really planning on doing, but I've had some people be like, hey, you know, you said 4 years of age and she's right there and, you know, hey, please. So as long as she's looking good and everything's good and I think she's, you know, going to bounce back as usual and be healthy, then I'll go ahead and I'll do it. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. I am taking limited deposits on that litter, and it is going to be a specialty litter. So the prices on that litter are going to start at $3,500. They're going to go up to $4,500 for first and second pick. And the deposit is going to be $1,000. So that's just something special for us. It's not something that, like I said, we were planning on doing, but it's more for my subscribers than anything because I personally have already kept back from that pairing of what I'm looking for. I've got Giovanni and I've got Trinity over with Valencia, so I have the genetics that I need from that pairing. So this is, you know, strictly for the fan base. If you've always wanted a Preacher Cashmere breeding, it will be the last. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, just let me know. You'll need to have an application submitted and approved. Once you submit your application, please give me a call and we can go from there. I'll also be covering this in another video just because this is more titled towards the worming. But yeah, just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up on what's going on. So Bye.